A fintech that once commanded $700 million just collapsed to under $100 million, and its founder is now fighting his own board in court. That's the cautionary tale hanging over India's latest big idea, a push to turn the country's trillion-dollar corporate bond market into something that actually works. Because if you're going to build debt derivatives, a beer IPO, and a new court ruling on spectrum charges, you'd better make sure the foundation isn't rotten. Today, India's financial plumbing gets a reboot, but the old pipes are still leaking. This is the big structural shift. The Securities and Exchange Board of India and the Reserve Bank are finalizing guidelines to introduce derivatives on corporate bond indices. The idea is simple: give investors a way to hedge, improve price discovery, and make the debt market deeper. This complements other reforms like bond exchange-traded funds and easier foreign investor access. It's a bid to make India's corporate debt market as liquid as its equity market, but that's a long way off. Derivatives only work if there's enough underlying bond trading to support them, and right now, most Indian corporate bonds trade like rare stamps. This move is critical because it directly addresses the liquidity problem that has haunted the market for years. And without liquidity, the next story wouldn't have ended the way it did. Which brings us to Carlsberg. The Danish brewer is set to file draft papers this month for a secondary share initial public offering of its India business, potentially raising up to $700 million. It's working with Kotak Mahindra Capital and US banks, and the listing could launch later this year. The goal is to unlock value in India's fast-growing alcohol market. But think about why this is happening now. India's capital markets are opening up, and a beer IPO is a liquidity event in a sector that traditionally doesn't list. The same push for deeper markets that inspired the bond derivatives also makes this IPO more viable. But that sets up a tension. If the broader market can't absorb new paper, the IPO might not get the valuation Carlsberg expects. And that's where the next story shows us what happens when liquidity vanishes. Liquidity in the telecom sector just got a huge boost. The Bombay High Court set aside the government's one-time spectrum charge notices for Bharti Airtel and Vodafone Idea, clearing more than 24,000 crore rupees in pending liabilities. Airtel had been facing roughly 16,500 crore, and Vodafone Idea about 7,600 crore. This is a massive relief, but it's not the end. The wider one-time spectrum charge litigation continues in the Supreme Court. For now, though, two of India's biggest telecom players get to keep that cash on their balance sheets instead of paying the government. That's more liquidity in the system, which matters because companies that can borrow and invest are the same ones that will buy the bonds and derivatives we just talked about. But the relief comes with a twist. The same legal uncertainty that created these liabilities could just as easily destroy the next company that grows too fast. And that's exactly what happened to Lendingkart. The fintech's rapid expansion during COVID drove its valuation from nothing to $700 million. But then it crashed to under $100 million as cash reserves ran dry. Fullerton Financial Holdings, a unit of Temasek, stepped in, boosted its stake to 77%, ousted founder Harshvardhan Lunia, and rescued the firm. Now, Lunia has petitioned the National Company Law Tribunal, accusing Fullerton of oppressive actions and demanding an independent probe. This is the cautionary tale, a company that grew on the assumption that capital markets would stay liquid and friendly. When the music stopped, the founder got swept out. And as India tries to build deeper bond markets and welcome IPOs like Carlsberg, Lendingkart is the reminder that new plumbing doesn't stop old leaks. Every liquidity boom carries the seeds of the next bust, and the next founder who might end up in court. Not everyone is betting on financial engineering. Haleon, the maker of Sensodyne, is putting $175 million into its first oral health manufacturing plant in India, in Pithampur, Madhya Pradesh. They're shifting from contract production to in-house, aiming for better supply chain resilience and a bigger bite of India's oral care market, now their second largest globally. This is the real economy counterpoint to the debt market. And then there's the fuel that will power that economy. India launched its first flex-fuel motorcycles and cars today. Hero MotoCorp unveiled the Splendor Plus and HF Deluxe flex-fuel bikes, while Maruti Suzuki introduced the Wagon R flex-fuel. The government also opened E85 pumps at Indian oil stations, aiming for 500 outlets by December 2026. E85 is 20 rupees cheaper per liter than petrol and cuts carbon dioxide emissions by about 60%. This is infrastructure for a different kind of liquidity, the kind that reduces India's oil import bill and creates a domestic ethanol economy. It's a long-term bet on energy independence, and it dovetails with the financial market reforms. Both are about reducing external dependencies. But the transition is messy. The same companies making flex fuel vehicles also fuel their growth on borrowed money, which brings us back to the bond market. Which means the success of every story today, Carlsberg's IPO, Airtel's relief, Lendingkart's collapse, Haleon's factory, depends on whether India can build markets that don't just grow, but survive their own busts. So where does that leave us? India is simultaneously clearing old spectrum bills, wiring new bond derivatives, and watching a beer company try to float $700 million in a market where the last big fintech gamble just burned investors. The through line is resilience, but resilience tested by every new leak. The real question? Will India's capital markets grow fast enough to absorb these shocks, or will each fix simply reveal the next crack? Watch the Carlsberg IPO pricing, watch the bond index derivative rollout, and watch the Supreme Court spectrum ruling. That's the trifecta that will tell us if this upgrade is real.